What's happening, gang? You were live back in the Secret Stash. I'm your host, Jesse Ibanez, co-founder of the Greenhouse Group, right back over here in the heart of San Diego, helping folks get into and out of homes and moving those people with purpose. And purpose, a key theme in the studio live today, because we got a purposeful gal, Charlotte Volsch. She's holding it down up in Apple Valley, up in the San Bernardino foothills, right, in the valley over there.
It's up above the foothills.
Above the foothills?
Yeah.
Oh, in the high desert.
High desert.
Yeah, the high desert. I always wondered why it was the high desert, if you know what I mean.
The elevation.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, good. That's it. And the topic we're talking about today is one of divorce, of course, but more importantly, not just the thing, but it's like swim upstream a little bit and see what could possibly be done about it. And Charlotte, because of her experiences, not only in her own life personally, but then in helping guide, coach, and counsel countless families through this process of the broken home and then picking back up the pieces, she did something about it. She went out and wrote a book. It's actually a splendid little book. You can catch it on Amazon. It's called You Can Be Right or You Could Be Happily Married. And it comes from her own personal point of view of being a mother, being a wife of 32 years, and all the trials and tribulations that go through that. The final piece of this story, though, is the one I think that's probably most applicable, most universal, I would say. Definitely resonated with me. And that is also what you might call the secret sauce of this entire conversation. So, Charlotte, what is that?
Well, everything boils down to gratitude, Jess. And for me, getting to that point was a journey. It started because I I'm looking for the right word, but I grew up in a scenario of a happy home, very structured home. And then in my teens, it all fell apart. And because of that, because of the jolting of it, came so out of the blue with many different pieces, which I won't go into detail on. It made me, at 16, decide I was never going to get married. And definitely was never going to have children because it was too painful to have upheavals like that happen in life that you could not even foresee or... And a certain level of trust. It's like
shunting. It's like when the blood just rushes away from the skin.
Yes.
And you go inward.
Yes. Like someone strangling you almost.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I just ran off on this journey for another 10, 15 years of, I was for sure not going to get into any really deep relationships.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing good over there. No. It's just pain and heartache.
Just pain and heartache. Yeah. So I had a lot of relationships, but they were very superficial and fun, and that
they
was
never really went anywhere.
No.
Even if they could have.
No, they could have, because I want to be sure they didn't.
Right.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
So, but then I got to a point, and again, this is back to my spiritual foundation, and I said, okay, where am I really supposed to be in life? What am I really supposed to be doing? What is my purpose here? And if a door is supposed to open that a relationship is supposed to build with me, I'm ready, I'm available. So guide me through that. And
how old were you when that happened, that awakening?
That happened when I was about 23.
Oh, okay.
So, maybe I was 24. The times are just flying by, Jess.
Understood, though. You were early on in your development, but you weren't a kid anymore.
No, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And maybe I was in my mid-20s. Yeah. I think I probably was 25.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, and shortly after that, I met my now current husband.
Amazing how that works, right?
It is amazing. So, and it wasn't love at first sight or this is the guy or anything like that. We went through 2 years.
Well, how could it be with all that wall that you had built up?
Oh, gosh, no, I know. There was a lot of excavation to take place. So, but from that, I had the little tiniest of crumbs to build a foundation of gratitude and being on purpose and really building some foundation of trust and where I was supposed to go in life as well as with this person. And so, as I mentioned earlier in the show, gratitude is a big part of my day. Gratitude for what's happened in my day as well as gratitude for what my husband brings to my day, what I can see in him, what I can see through him, and things that he does.
And if you'll allow me, I want to crystallize this a little bit, because I know that for me, the concept of gratitude is one of those all-purposed words that you can basically have appropriated to any type of situation that you feel like it's important, positive, negative, neutral, and otherwise. But the reason why it's really important for the constructs of this, your story in particular, is because it's the lens with which you see the world through.
That's so true.
You know, you remember David White, one of our mutual favorite poets. He says, "When your eyes," in a good Scottish accent, by the way, "when your eyes are tired, the world is tired also." That was a horrible accent, by the way. That just happened right there. I got a golf clap from the couch over here. That's good. But that's so true, though, right?
It's very true.
It's the lens with which you see it through. So these
true.
guys that you may have been, dating casually or whatever, they could have been great guys, but
they could have been.
You were looking through the lens of, what are you up to? You're going to hurt me, or you're going to leave, that program. Right. And miraculously, there was that moment that you just switched it, and you switched into gratitude. And then all of a sudden it changed, the shape shifted, and then, miraculously there it appeared.
That is so true.
So what's the lesson there for someone who's hearing this message for the first time? Maybe can identify and find themselves in that truth.
Gratitude. It's so
how,
critical,
though, right? So
but
that's
how is to build it into your daily agenda,
right?
And make it a part of your beginning of your day. When you wake up, be grateful that you have the day. Is the sun shining? Do you have running water in your house? Are you in a home? Do you have people around you that love you?
Yeah.
Just little things like that. Start with something little. If you can't think of anything, start with that, and then I guarantee you, if you do that day over day over day, month over month, pretty soon you will expand. And like you said, when you bring that lens to your day, you're looking for, what can I be grateful about sitting here with you?
Yeah.
Every little thing.
A lot.
A
Charlotte,
lot.
let's
I know
be honest.
the bottle is full.
Yeah.
But you find that in every situation. Your gratitude thermometer is going up as opposed to, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it makes the whole world different.
A good hack that's worked well for me, if I can maybe add on, is to say that I have adopted a belief that there's a reason why we bump into everybody that we do in this life. And my job is to be open and aware of that, and try to see why, like, what's the lesson here for me? Like, how can I help that person? And that is a great shift change for me, rather than the defensive old reptilian part of my brain that's like, wants to stay the lone wolf, so for fear as not to get hurt or rejected or anything like that, right?
Right.
And that could be a helpful lens to kind of bolt onto the same topic, right?
Oh, totally. And that reptilian mind thought, too, one can go to, as opposed to, what am I supposed to be doing to give in this situation? Oh, what do you want from me now? Right.
Speaking of what I want from you, why don't you share a little bit about your class you got in January?
Well, we have a live event that's going to happen in January, and the details will follow on the site and on our Facebook page.
Which, by the way, is yourmarriageharmony.com.
Yourmarriageharmony.com.
What's the Facebook page?
Your Marriage Harmony.
Okay.
And I will have posted up by the first of next week the date and place.
Cool.
But right now it's going to be in San Diego.
And right now, what you're going to want to do is go head over to Amazon. What can someone pick up this book for over on Amazon?
What can they pick it up for?
Yeah.
I think it's $10.
$10, $9.99 probably, right?
Something like that.
Amazon loves the $9.99. I noticed that. Charlotte Volsch, the title of her book is "You Can Be Right, or You Can Be Happily Married: Maintaining Harmony in a Christ-Centered Home." Thank you so much, Charlotte, for coming and hanging out in the stash.
Thanks for having me, Jess.
Appreciate you very much.
Oh.
And appreciate you for hanging out, gang. See how we just did that? We took a really bummer thing, made it kind of cool, right?
Cool.
That's what we like to do here in the stash. And we got some more of that coming up in the next hour. I'm going to bring in on Charles and Kyle. And we're going to hear exactly what they got to be able to offer to leave us all better than how they found us. Real Talk Radio San Diego. We'll be right back.